Welcome to the Lee Michaels Show with Carol and your daily cast of characters, where we discuss the issues of the day, entertainment news, what's really going on in Washington, and the world. Why don't we just hear it from the horse's mouth himself?
We can't have someone in the Oval Office who doesn't understand the meaning of the word confidential or classified. I don't think it's safe to be briefed on national security because the word will get out. I know at some point they're going to be calling, they're going to want to brief me, but I'm not a talker about this stuff. This is like Watergate, only it's worse. Because here, our foreign enemies were in a position to hack our most sensitive national security secrets.
Of course, it turns out the Russians didn't need to hack Hillary's email server. They were able to hack Trump's mouth.
This is like Watergate, only it's worse.
The Lee Michaels Show on the Power of Voices Radio Network.
How low can we go with this mofo? That's what I want to know. Good morning. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Lee Michaels Show. On thepowerofvoices.com, you can also get us on our app at the Apple Store or the Android Store. Facebook Live at The Power of Voices. YouTube at The Power of Voices. And also at the Lee Michaels YouTube page. And you can also get it on the Lee Michaels Facebook page. So we're every damn where. And Periscope. Yes, we are on Periscope. We are scoping. Good morning and welcome. And, well, I got to tell y'all, the real Carol is back in the house like a child on punishment. What's up, Carol?
I don't know. I'm going to listen to the show. I want to hear this other Carol.
Wait a minute. Why are you not coming through?
I don't know.
Oh, there you are.
Am I coming through now?
Somebody switched my mics around. Yeah,
well,
I got you.
See, don't I have the purple mic or a blue one?
I don't know. No, that's what happened. They switched the damn mic condoms.
Yeah, I don't have the same condom. I have an
That's
orange
right.
one, and it's making me...
Making you a little drunk?
Yeah, well, they say orange makes you hungry.
Is that right?
Yeah, a lot of restaurants will do orange somewhere.
paint?
It makes you hungry.
I never heard that one before.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Well, different colors, because when I went to school, remember, I told you I was studying for special effects.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to learn all about colors.
Now, I know pink is supposed to make you mellow. They do that in the places where they have, people that are having mental issues. They put you in a pink room. Did you?
Oh, is that why I was in a pink room?
Well, maybe you shouldn't have said that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the pink room is to mellow you out. That pink, soft, pinkness. I don't know. And welcome to the show. Hey, Chris, what's up?
Hey, boom shakalaka, how you doing? Welcome back, Carol.
Thank you.
Yeah, we missed you.
Okay.
We missed you for a couple of days.
I was enjoying your show was it yesterday evening?
Which one?
Chris had a show going
Chris.
yesterday. It was when I was coming back from San Diego.
Oh, you were listening to it on the phone. Cool.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
It was really interesting. No, I was watching it on Facebook on my phone.
Oh, thank you.
And it was kind of interesting because how people don't realize when they were talking about, Art Kelly.
Right.
And they were saying, well, this is because I had to come in and say, honey, we've had black pimps because that's how I look at him. He's a pimp.
Yeah,
We've
I
had black
caught that. Yeah,
pimps
you
for
did.
years that pimp white girls, Asian
Yeah.
girls, black girls. A pimp will pimp anybody. And then we have all the slavery stuff going on. So it's like this type of stuff doesn't have a color barrier. This man is a pedophile. I hope
Pedophile.
I said it right.
Yeah.
I usually say pedophile or something.
Well, we know what you're saying.
But hasn't he been caught with a 13-year-old before, too?
Yeah, that was the reason. Yeah, I'm sorry. That was the reason why he had that trial back in 2000. At the time, alleged pedophiles, with teenage girls, like around 13, 14.
Well, was he ever
at that
found
time.
guilty for any of that?
Well, no, that's the thing about it. It was he never served time, so it was thrown out eventually. He did go through trial, but he never served time. But there
Well, money
was a
can
tape.
buy anything.
That's true too. That was the thing floating around that he paid his way out.
Because
but I'm sorry. Go ahead.
If you think about it, he continues to do this. He just likes young little girls. And I don't know, did you watch the parents that came on a press conference?
I saw that.
The father was talking, and he goes, let me ask the questions to you guys. He was funny. But then the sister came on. The other one that he's got, she said she's fine, but then she won't tell nobody where she's staying either. Because they showed her last night.
Something's not right with this whole story.
Well, you can brainwash young girls.
Oh, I totally get that, but it's not connecting yet. I mean, the father seemed a little strange to me.
Yeah, wasn't he?
Yeah, he should never have been a spokesperson. I mean, if you're going to do this and you're going to go out and do a press conference, get a professional spokesperson to do the speaking on behalf of your family. But I didn't think it wasn't very smooth, and I think he lost some credibility.
Don't you kind of think it was like it was a celebrity thing with him? It was just weird how he goes, I will ask the questions.
Yeah, it was a bit strange. I don't know. Let's get Apollo in here. Apollo, welcome. How you doing today?
I'm here, baby. I'm here. What y'all talking about?
We're talking about the press conference yesterday from the family members of the young lady that allegedly was abducted and, kept against her will under the confines of R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the press conference yesterday?
Well, yeah, I've seen a couple press conferences, and then I saw her rebuttal. I did see, if you watch the end of that rebuttal where she's on, I think it's Skype.
That's where the girl came in, right? That Art Kelly has.
Is she still in his?
Well, she
Skyped
with TMZ, and then the guy from TMZ says, "Are you in the house by yourself? Are there other girls around?" If you watch that video closely, right when they ask her that question, you see a shadow on her shirt with somebody waving their hand like, no. Like you see the hand going back and forth real quick. And then she says, well, okay, you got to watch the end of that. At the end of that interview.
I didn't see that one, yeah.
Yeah, watch the shadow on her chest. Whenever you can tell somebody's standing in front of her and you see the wave back.
Right.
And then, it don't take a rocket surgeon, as Bush would say, to figure that out, that somebody's coaching her.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of creepy, huh?
Yeah, but the difference is she's 21, 22 years old. I mean, she makes a decision hell, if I had somebody that'd pay all my bills and give me millions of dollars and, I don't know. She says she's there by herself. Obviously, if she wanted help, she could. There's another video of her in the park and sitting in a public park. So, she's grown. She's doing what she wants to do. Right. And she's told her daddy. What do you think about it, Carol?
I'm looking at him the same way I would look at a pimp. I had a roommate years ago, and for the time she was 15, a pimp got a hold of her. When I met her, I was a bartender, and she was dancing in there, but she had a pimp. And she was very young, and he had her brainwashed. I'm the one that got her to get away from that. I go, what are you doing? This man, it was a trip because these kind of people like him, they can do anything. There's something strange.
Nobody's sued him. He hasn't paid anybody any money or I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Well, you don't think it's weird? Wasn't he married to Aaliyah? Was he married to her when she was 15?
Aaliyah, yes, he was.
Aaliyah.
So
I think he is a liar.
I don't pronounce names, but it's just creepy to me.
He calls himself the Pied Piper of R&B, and if you know the children's story of the Pied Piper, he led children out of a town with a musical instrument, and the way the story goes, he was paid to remove the mice from the town, playing his little piccolo or whatever it was, and then when the town didn't pay him, he took their children and he mesmerized them with his music, and they followed the children followed the Pied Piper out of the town. That's kind of weird that he would call himself the Pied Piper.
Well, too, doesn't he kind of tell these girls he can help them have a career? People are gullible because I've watched groupies when I'm on the road, and it's a joke when you see how the guys that that basically sleep under the trailers have the grips and that. Those girls will do anything if they think they can get with the artists. It's creepy.
Yeah, I mean, when you're a star, you have that draw. People are naturally drawn to you, and they're
to the
vulnerable
crew.
when they get in your home.
They'll go out to the crew if they think, because I worked, and I'm not going to name who it was, years ago at the Modron. These guys were kind of freaks that I was working with. They were rock stars. This
Michael
girl
Jackson?
let them, no, it wasn't Michael.
Oh, okay.
This girl let them hang her up, and they put an enema thing in her.
Oh,
when
boy.
the people came to clean up the room, they were gone, and she was in.
She was there?
Happy. She didn't want nothing to happen to these guys. It's like, are you little girls nuts?
They put an enema in her.
Yeah, they have this enema thing going. I've seen so many things happen.
Maybe they were going to have anal sex with her and just wanted to
yeah,
clean
they
it
were
out.
cleaning her out, possibly. I don't know. I just seen a lot of things. I would see
They
girls.
didn't give her any Jesus juice, did they, in a can or anything?
I don't know. These girls would hide out in linen closets.
It's funny how you'll defend one and totally go off on another, though.
It's scary.
Yeah.
I mean, another incident is look at the girl that was on the plane, and the stewardess could tell something was wrong. And she said the girl was dressed kind of sloppy, and she was scared, and she was with this man, and she could tell something was wrong, and she slipped the little girl a note, and she said, if something's wrong, go into the bathroom and leave me a note. And the little girl went in there. She said, help me. He was one of those people kidnapping, young girls, sex trade.
Yeah.
We're all susceptible to brainwashing. I mean, we all of us have been brainwashed at some point in our life. We believe something that's not true because we've been told it. And I mean, the bottom line with that chick is she's 22 years old. When I was 22 years old, I was in my third radio job and living by myself, and I was a grown-ass man. So, I mean, I don't know if this girl, if she's developmentally disabled, I could see how her parents could be. But she obviously was not that. It sounds like she's just a materialistic gold-digging groupie who's living up in the house and getting lavish gifts and treated. Obviously, she feels she's being treated well. She's a groupie whore, and she's enjoying herself. And, I mean, R. Kelly has his harem of women, and I don't know why her father is.
Well, when she gets 23, he'll put her out. She'll be too old.
Probably. I mean, she's already out of his age group, I think, at 22 anyway. He likes him, 13 to 16, from what I've been told.
Oh, he's disgusting.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying yesterday on Home Base. The fact remains is that their age of consent. So you don't really have the case at this point. Now,
why are you reverbing?
I don't know why I'm reverbing.
Are you getting that, Lee?
I heard a little echo in the background.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Sounds like a flanger. You have the flanger turned up on your board?
No.
It went off now. Okay. It just sounded like you're talking through a flanger.
Okay.
Yeah, your show was very interesting.
So
I'm sorry. It got
that's cool.
Echoey all of a sudden.
Yeah.
We know
it was in there a little bit.
Is.
Yeah.
Is it still going on or what?
A little bit. You have some DSP effects on the board, and you may have turned, if you have that board, you might have the DSP effects turned up, like with the reverb or flanger or doubler.
I don't know if that board has effects on it.
Can I say something? My left on here is going in and out.
I'm sorry, Chris. I didn't mean to interrupt you. You were in the middle.
No, that's cool. No, I know how we go with this, and I swear for God, as my grandfather used to say, since Lee and I were on this board, I have not touched it, so it stays the way it is.
Yeah.
So we cool in the game. But I mentioned before about with R. Kelly, I went to high school with him. We called him Robert. That was his name, of course, back then. And it's funny how lives go in different directions, because back then you don't even know where you're going to be as an adult. This dude, could sing the house off the roof and everything else. We knew it was obvious where his career was going to go. And to see him go from that to the whole thing happened in 2000, and there were rumors that he would, take his car and peruse around high school and pick up high school girls.
Wow.
And it was very, very sad, but it did parlay into the trial that eventually happened.
Yeah, I've still got that video, by the way. So I know it's him, and it's disgusting. You know, they back in 2002, you could buy that DVD on the corner with $5. Every hood had a damn R. Kelly porn tape. You know,
they did,
along with the Tyler Perry movie.
I've never seen it.
Oh, he did a video.
He did a sex tape. There are 3 underage girls that he had sex with that he videotaped, and then the tape got leaked. And I know Wendy Williams was very vocal about it at that time. That was one of her big points. That I mean, it's obviously him. He says it was a body double, a guy that he used to use. And I'm like, yeah, but you had some American Music Awards and a few Grammys sitting on a shelf behind you. That's kind of hard to. Who would go out and create a fake Grammy and stick it on the bookshelf behind you when they were doing this? They just wanted to frame you.
Yeah.
I don't know how he got out of that. I just really don't know how he got out of that.
Money.
Well, I tell you one thing: if it had been if it had been white girls in that video, his ass would have went to jail. I promise you that shit. Now,
I bet you. I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think you were right on that one.
You're
my
right
friend.
about that.
If it had been Natalie Holloway, his ass would have been in prison.
Yeah, really. What's the latest on that? Didn't something else come out on her? Didn't they find some new information or something?
I don't. You know, the guy that was accused, they caught his ass in Chile. He killed some girl in the hotel room down there.
Damn.
And he finally, that little Dutch dude, after he got out of the thing there, he went to Chile and was in some casino, and I don't know, he killed the girl. They got video of him going in the room, and then he comes out of the room, and then they go in, and she's dead. So he choked her to death. He was a monster, man.
Yeah, he was sick, twisted, and demented, and he somehow slipped through the cracks and got away with that.
His father was a powerful Dutch. He was in the Dutch government or an attorney, or he had some clout in Holland.
Yeah,
and I think he protected him when he was in because yeah,
that's right. He
Aruba
went to Holland,
is a Dutch. Aruba is governed by Holland. So when he got his ass got to Chile, different story. Down
exactly,
there.
No cover.
Right.
They'll put him in a Dutch oven.
No, I don't know who governs Chile. They have their own government.
He gets some good hot peppers from Chile and put him in a Dutch oven and cook him.
Watch
that's
his buns
a low
rise,
life.
and then somebody lay a hot dog in them buns for him when he get to prison.
Now, see, I think people like that, they don't need to go to prison. They need to have a hard, cold ending. And I'm not a violent person, but, when you do something like that to children or women or older people, if you ain't man enough to take on a man, you want to go, toe to toe, let's get it on. But when you go outside of that circle, man, I lose all 100% respect and sympathy for you. You're just a low-life SOB. Can you call the president a SOB?
Yeah.
You just did.
I wasn't talking about the president, so you ain't gonna get me locked up.
Oh no.
I did do something on Twitter yesterday. I think it was, or Facebook. I did call him a son of a gun, but I didn't call him SOB. But
have you noticed though all these guys that are killing little babies, raping them?
Yeah, I saw some.
And that
shit
little
about
girl,
that too.
I don't know
awful.
what state it was that
she was
disappeared.
2 years old.
No, this one that was 11 years old last week that disappeared. And it was a young neighbor, very good-looking guy that killed this little girl, stabbed her and that. They won't even tell you the whole details, but I don't know. What's wrong with people lately?
Yeah. There's some guys in the Middle East had sex with a 2-year-old because her family didn't want to go with the Islamic faith.
So they rape a baby.
2-year-old. 2 years old.
That just makes me sick.
Oh, it's disgusting.
It is sick.
It's below low life. Below.
Yeah, that's not in the Quran. I bet they can't point that out in the Quran.
I wouldn't think. I hope not. I hope that is nowhere near the Quran.
No, I can't imagine them doing that. That's mean people.
There was a story a while back about men in Africa who were diseased by AIDS. And they were going around raping babies because they said that if they did that, then the AIDS would go away. And now it's an ongoing problem for a long time. And once again, you're dealing with a sick mentality where you think that destroying a baby. Really, they killed him by doing that. It's these people are out of their minds, man.
Well, Africa has a lot of things that they believe in, because look how they will put a little kid out if they think it's bewitched. I mean, I seen one where he was probably 1.5 years old walking around the streets, and these people, I think from the States or London, took these little kids in and they throw him out in the streets. He was walking around. It's sad, and they take kids that are born as albinos. They'll take parts from them because they believe in something they can heal. But read up on it, because I read up on a lot of that, and it's just a trip what people believe in.
Yeah. Well, see, and I've said it forever. Everybody's mental capacity is different. Some people are easily swayed. That's why you have cults. That's why you have people following stuff that you go, what? They're doing what? How? Who would do that? Because their mental capacity is not such that they can reason and filter out what's right, what's wrong. The common sense level is just not there.
You're right, because look at how some people still follow Trump. And listening to Ryan and Pence on TV last night, I wanted to break my TV. They made me sick. How angry they are right now.
Well, I
thought you would want all the Americans to care about you guys, but it's like you're so intent on being like dictators.
Yeah.
You're angry. How could you be angry when millions of people could have died if they went along with what they want to do to people?
Well, because first of all, they don't believe that it would have that impact, because they've been convinced by the Republicans that that's not true. So, and I've been in a debate over the past couple of days with morons on Twitter and places like that about, people saying, well, you're disrespecting the presidential office when you say something negative about the president. Well, listen, jackass, did you feel that way when you were doing that against President Barack Obama? See, the highways go both ways. Exactly. Now, and I simply said to these clowns, these morons, that look, it's real simple. No, I don't respect this man because he doesn't respect the office itself. And until he can get to that level, no, he's not my president. And I'm disgusted to the fact that we have to accept this buffoonery. I don't accept it. And I know millions and millions of other people feel the same way. Until this man is out of the White House, I'm going to be unhappy about the image of the United States of America. My ancestors came here against their will, fought in wars, died. And millions of people fought on behalf of this country. And now we got to live with this? That's wrong.
Well, Trump says he knows how to negotiate a good deal.
Yeah, right.
And so
for himself,
Trump Tower is charging the U.S. military $130,000 a month. The military is leasing the space as a base of operations for when he visits his New York City home. And despite not having done this since taking office, so he's making $130,000 a month off the military having a room in his tower.
Ain't that a witch?
And that rent is far above the building's average rate for that particular room. So he's like,
Unreal.
quadruple. He's quadruple charging the government.
Jacking.
For what? If Lee Michaels rented that room, you'd pay about a fourth what he's charging the government.
Well, I wouldn't be able to rent it because I'm an African American. So
That's true.
You know how he is about that.
Now, if your last name was Schwarzkopf or something
exactly.
like that, or
Putin,
yeah, Putin.
That's right. That's Putin's woman.
Anybody whose last name sounds like flatulence, I just.
Mm-hmm. All right. On a brighter note here, folks, U.S. home sales to foreigners has surged to 49%, a new record high.
Yeah, we're in a
That's
bubble
all
again.
that's buying
They've
in my
deregulated.
place.
They've deregulated this shit. It's probably foreign homeless people. They're hot. They're playing hot potato with these mortgages again.
I know.
And they're gonna come after Trump leaves office, just like when Bush left. Oh man, we gotta loan the banks $1 trillion again. They done fucked up, so we gotta let the taxpayers bail them out again. It's nothing but a bubble.
It is. You know, listen, I appreciate people wanting to come to this country, but I think, too, that that's going to hit a ceiling because we don't have the same image that we once had. It's rapidly not becoming the land of the free.
Well, it's still better than China.
Well, it is.
Yeah.
And half of Las Vegas is owned by Chinese now. And listen, I have no problem with people coming here with the right attitude, coming here to be, good American citizens. But I don't think we need to open up our borders, our banks, our institutions, our businesses to allow foreigners to come in and own 100%. I can't go to Mexico and do that even. I don't know about Canada. Can I go to Canada and buy something? No, it's more difficult.
I don't know.
Because I got a friend that works here, Brian
Too
and
cold
Amy.
For you up there. You couldn't live up there anyway.
No, I'm not even considering that. I could hang
Take
up there for
lots of cocoa butter because you'll be ashy.
Now, see, are you hearing double voice on him? Or is it just me?
No,
okay.
it's not. It's I don't know if it's coming from him or you. Or whatever.
You're not hearing it then. You're not hearing his voice doubled.
Yeah, it is faint in the background. Yes, I do.
Okay, yeah. I don't know why I'm hearing.
But Chris, you talking? I'm gonna mute Apollo and see if it's coming from his chicken shit equipment over there.
Well, this girl just came forward and she said her dad 2 years ago.
So how's it sound now?
Sent her to go live with R. Kelly.
See, it's a setup, folks. Come on, y'all.
She said sent her to live with the musician nearly 2 years ago. She claimed the plan was hatched after she and Art Kelly met at a concert.
Well, Boeba.
He believed if she moved in with him, it would help her music career.
Oh, well, there you go. See?
There it is.
If that is the
weird.
truth, then, it's a plot from day one. And listen, I'm not defending anybody. I'm just saying based on the information that's now coming out, it may not be what it appears to be. But have we heard from R. Kelly?
Yeah,
the
bottom line, the girl is grown, and she seems like she got these clingy parents that are just mad because they can't control her anymore.
Could be an opportunity here, folks. Just
They could be trying to get a payday or something. Maybe.
Yeah. Was it Carol? You know the history of this. Was it the first kid that accused Michael Jackson of molesting him? That his parents put him up to it? Was that the first or the second one?
First.
The first one.
Both
and
of
he
them.
came out years later and said, "My parents put me up to that."
Yeah, father committed
What about the
suicide,
second one?
Because the kid took off. It wants nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
And
who was the second kid?
The second kid were some Latin kids because my son used to tap dance with them. And
oh, did he?
They befriended me. I think they thought I was rich, and they moved the girl in with me. And then this woman came to me that was an actress and asked me, the boy was dying from cancer. And when she told me who it was, I said, that kid is really bad. So I introduced him, and I regret that. But years later, about 2 years ago, he put up on Twitter, he's a man now, Gavin, and he said that his mother put him up to that because she was a
The
crook.
second one, too?
Yes, the second one. She controlled that
I don't
family.
know why.
I don't
know why he settled out of court. Then I'd have said, "Y'all got to prove that."
He didn't settle out of court with that second family, not at all.
Oh, he didn't. I thought he paid off twice.
No, he
I
didn't.
Thought he
Maybe the first one, but that's because that was the advice he was given.
Yeah.
I sat in his house and heard the little boy calling him, crying, and saying, "Why is my father making all this?" I listened to it. So that's why a lot of artists, you can't really go around people because you don't know where they're at or what they're going to try to do.
You're a target, wide open. So
$25 million he gave.
Yep.
In 1993.
And that was on the advice of
lawyers and that.
Yeah.
I think a parent's guilty. Why would you let your kids go stay with a grown man?
I wouldn't.
No. And see, poor old Michael, man. Michael was so, Ed Bradley tried to be so nice to him and help him out of that, the image damage that it did. And that was, he's like, Michael, don't you see how it could look suspicious with other people's children sleeping in the same bed with you when they come to your house? As big as your home is, you have their kids in your bed. Don't you see how that looks? No, I don't see anything wrong with it. No, Michael, I'm just saying, don't you see how other people could say, no, it's ignorant. It's ignorant. Like, no, but I'm just saying, don't you think it's mildly inappropriate to have other people's children in your bed? And Michael was just so sheltered from society, I think. He was a big child himself.
Yeah, he was. He was naive in that respect. And
yeah,
it's sometimes some people never lose their innocence. Mm-hmm. And they can't filter.
I lost mine. Shit, I lost mine long.
You didn't lose
ago.
Yours. You gave it up. There was
that's not true.
You
man.
can't
actually.
You can't claim rape.
The shit that'll be in my book that you'll be like, damn, that brother went through some shit when he was a kid.
Yeah. Have you gotten Paul Porter's book yet? Well, you should buy it so you can see what he said about me.
I should buy it, but then after it, hey, did you find your name in his book?
I haven't gotten the book yet. I'm gonna do the download version today.
You already paid for the download version.
No, I didn't buy both. I bought the paperback. I went to his website and bought it there because you suggested I do that. So
yeah, he might jack you for your paper now.
Yeah, he might charge me more for an autograph, huh? Shit, I could have gotten the book for $16.99 and no shipping if I bought it through Amazon.
Right.
And but I didn't, so I ended up paying $21, $22.
I wonder how much of that 16 would he have actually gotten, though.
Yeah, well,
Amazon gonna get half of that, I'm sure.
I don't know what their percentage is. I'm not sure. I haven't done a book in there yet, but yeah, they do take a percentage of the gross, and then you get the remaining. But anyway, let's see, what else was I going to bring up to you guys here?
Well, what about this song, which is taking you all the way away, with Justin Bieber? It's really selling with the Latin. He can't even sing the song in Spanish, so that isn't him singing on the parts he comes in. He can't even speak Spanish. And people are really kind of angry about that. It's so fake.
So he didn't take the time to learn the verses?
No, he couldn't sing it.
He had somebody else do it?
Somewhere he was on something and he couldn't sing it. They got him on the spot.
Fake singing? Oh, God. Well.
After going to Nigel, what was his name, right? Roger?
Rogers, yeah.
It was nice to hear real singers. I'm serious. That was one of the funnest concerts I think I've ever went to.
Yeah, Nile Rodgers, guitar player from the original group Chic, performed, and they had some new ladies performing the songs, and that's a concert that she's referring to here in Los Angeles. What was that? The Wilton?
Wilton. This guy was amazing. I mean, I was laughing because I watched all the people once he started. They all got up off their seats and ran down to the front. And I mean, there were guys dancing in big afros and outfits they wore back then. And I mean, he could get that crowd going, and the girls could sing. Mm-hmm. It was nice to hear people really sing, but I didn't realize all the songs this man wrote.
Yeah.
I never knew he did Madonna's Like a Virgin.
Yeah, he did.
And he did the one with Diana Ross. Was it Coming Out or Coming Home?
Yeah, I'm Coming Out.
We Are Family.
Yep.
The man
Sister
was
Sledge.
amazing, but he talked about how he had cancer and was supposed to die.
Yeah. His partner died. I think he died from cancer.
But lately I've seen concerts with people really singing. Mm-hmm. Like when I went to the Hollywood Bowl for Blondie and Sky and Garbage, every one of them were singing. There was nothing singing for them. And I heard people saying that. I seen even the press talking about that they're tired of these artists that don't sing. Mm. So it's been kind of fun to go and watch people that actually can sing.
Well, I'll tell you this. The group Chic, when they first came out, they had a lead singer and she was just phenomenal.
Oh, this girl was.
Yeah, but she can't sing like my girl, though.
This girl could sing. She's got something that's hitting. It's hitting this week, I think he said. And he said it's already going to be at the top of the Billboard charts.
Okay.
I think her name's Kim. She could sing.
Yeah.
She could sing.
Well, she can't sing like my girl. I ain't going to change my mind.
Who's your girl?
You don't know?
Yeah, who's your girl?
You don't know? Y'all don't know? You see, obviously you don't go to my Facebook page.
Minnie Riperton? Or?
No, she was cool. But no.
Who?
You can figure it out. Who was the original lead singer of Chic?
Oh.
Now watch you hear the keyboard going.
I'm not even going to do it because I can't tell you. I only know that Nile Rodgers dude.
Yeah, well, type in who was the original lead singer of Chic.
Tell me, Lee.
No, I'm going to make you work for it.
I'm not going to do it because I was on whole nother level here.
I ain't going to do it.
I ain't going
to be able to do it.
See, I'm going to make my listeners
Trump tweeted that he added 45,000 mining jobs, and then Bill Maher said, who is that lie for? There only been 800 since you've been in office. That's where R. Kelly should go, to West Virginia, so he can have sex with miners.
Yeah.
Up there.
Oh, you
coal
can
miners.
do that there?
Coal miners.
Oh.
Miners.
I always fall.
Oh, you're talking about something else. Yeah, coal
it's
miners.
A double entendre. Yeah. Miners. You can go to West Virginia and have sex with lots of miners.
Yeah. Coal miners.
Coal miners.
You get him down in that coal mine, he ain't coming back out.
Yeah.
He'll come out as a soprano.
Yeah. Yeah, them rednecks up there get a hold of him. We gonna get in your coal. We gonna get in that coal chute for you. Yeah.
Come here, Ara.
Ara. You play Ara. Kelly.
Ara. Yeah. Come here, boy.
So what do you guys think of Michael Vicks and when he made
Michael
that
Vicks
comment that he should cut his hair? I think it kind of bothered me because he tortured those damn dogs and he should have never been able to play football.
Colin Kaepernick just wants to. I mean, listen. I understand what he did. He did for a reason, and he had a right to express himself.
Yeah,
but
he did.
Colin Kaepernick took it way.
No,
I'm gonna
didn't.
be.
What?
No. Listen. If I work for a company, which he worked for the NFL, and I want to take a stand, they say, look, you can do that on your own time. Because, I mean, if I work at your radio station, Lee, and I want to go on the air and talk about something that's not beneficial to the vision of the company, you can say, listen, you can do that on your own time, but when we're performing from this to this, you're an employee of that team, which falls under the NFL, and you need to carry yourself accordingly. This is not your platform to make political. We're here to play football and entertain people. If you want to kneel, that's fine. But I think he just took it to a whole level. Listen.
Well, what about the other guys that came?
I'm not going to let my personal beliefs interfere with my business. When it comes to business, I have no opinion on that stuff. I'm here to do a job. I don't do imaging, the best variety of hits and oldies. And fuck Trump, by the way. V101.9. I mean, I don't do that.
Well, what about the people that like at the Grammys and the other award shows? Do they have a right to express their opinion about things that are not right in the world? Isn't that the same?
I mean, that's it's. No. I think that's why they put the Grammys on a delay now too. It used to be live.
Well,
and now they put it on a delay.
But do they cut it out?
I
don't think they cut it out, do they? Or have they?
But that's one person representing themselves. They're not. I mean, and we expect that from the Grammys.
But you
know what I'm saying? We expect that.
Okay.
But when you're
why can't we expect that now from a professional athlete?
And their label could say, hey, we want you to stop that shit. And if you don't, we're going to drop you, you know?
But they haven't.
So what I'm saying is Colin has had a rough time. I think I think he could have, I think his handlers and his managers could have said there's a more productive way for you to do this where it's not going to impair your ability to continue to have a revenue stream coming in.
That's one thing, but and he was exercising, his First Amendment right,
And he exercised that shit right to the employment office.
Well, that's okay, and I respect him for that. But to have Michael Vick come out and criticize his hairstyle, and all of that, see, the hairstyle had nothing, zero.
It's hard to get all that hair in a helmet. Now, how you gonna get all that shit in a helmet?
You got to get a waterhead helmet.
They got to make a new helmet for me because if not, it violates my rights.
All he's got to do is put a cap on. That's all he's got to do.
But, forget about that.
He got some hair now.
No, the cap will
He
hold
looked
it
like
down.
Angela Davis when he comes
They have these caps that'll hold that right down.
But Michael Vick was out of line for criticizing, saying that he didn't get a job because of his hair.
Especially when he took dogs.
Come on, man. It
Hung
had
them
nothing
and
to
did
do
all
with
the
that.
crap he did.
I have a friend of mine who was trying to get a job in the he works in the healthcare industry, and they told him, if you cut them dreadlocks out your hair, we can hire you. Otherwise, we're not going to hire you.
What does dreads got to do
Michael
with
Saunders
him? They
told
don't
a
let a
guy
white
in
girl go. She's wearing
1991.
long hair.
Well, y'all can't talk over each other now. Hold on. But you're right. But do you think that Kaepernick didn't get a job because of his hair? Or was it because
is
he exercises?
Where is he working? What's he doing right now?
But my question is, was it about his hair or about what he said and did?
I don't know. And
I don't
was
think
Michael
the hair
Vick,
had
was that an
nothing
off-the-cuff
to do with it.
statement? Was it an off-the-cuff statement? I mean, who is Michael Vick? I mean, he fights dogs, for God's sake.
That's the point.
I mean,
who is he to criticize
That's why
anybody?
people are mad.
Right.
But obviously,
He should have
he's done
shut
something
up
'cause-
and kept his ass in the underbrush because it's easy for people to throw darts back at him.
Yeah,
it was
you gotta
not
make
smart.
sure your side of the street is clean if you're going to criticize
Now,
somebody.
now, let's look at this from 30,000 feet up. If Michael Vick had not said anything, would we even be talking about Michael Vick?
No,
Hell
that's
no.
right.
Who gives a damn about Michael Vick?
I don't care.
Is
about him.
he still tossing the ball?
He's tossing something.
Who does he play for now? I don't even know. He's so
I don't know.
insignificant on my radar. I don't even know what he's doing. He could be
He
driving
might
a
be
garbage
tossing
truck, as far as I
somewhere.
know.
He should have been getting his salad. Didn't he go to jail? He got his
He
salad
did, 18
tossed,
months.
I bet you.
Yeah, he served his time.
Yeah, and so be it. You're back in society. You got a second chance. Shut up.
Yeah.
Don't criticize somebody else, especially
Colin Kaepernick-
over hair.
At least Colin was trying to make something. I think
Trying to
Colin's
bring
motives
social
were
change.
Right.
Yeah.
He wasn't fighting dogs, for God's sake. So-
Exactly.
Well, the Colin Kaepernick situation, I mean, once again, he was making a stance, and that's okay. What the problem was, as we know, you mentioned before, about the whole thing with the NFL. Yes, you are an employee, and yes, you do have a right to express yourself. The main reason it was bad for business was because the military has paid time with the NFL. When you see the flags and
It had
the
nothing to do with the
airplane fly
damn
over
flag.
stadium. No. What I'm saying is, what I'm saying from a business perspective, business-wise, it was messing with the content. It was messing with the fact that you had the military, once again, paying the NFL for those moments. And here you have a guy who's not representing the flag or not putting his hand over his heart. So it's bad for business. It's also bad for the league.
No. Well,
That's what I thought
I
it
understand your point, but the bottom line is very simple. The flag had nothing to do with it. People made that an issue. There are many people that don't put their hands over their hearts during the national anthem. Nobody's criticized for that. I've seen people in government do it. Okay? So that to me shouldn't have been
That's
in the
brainwashing. That in itself is brainwashing. You got to stand up and pledge your allegiance to this piece of cloth. That's symbolistic brainwashing.
So the whole thing was blown out of proportion. He made a political statement. He was trying to bring attention to the justice system that is cross-eyed.
Right.
Okay, it doesn't see everything straight ahead the way it should be. And you know what? I'm down with you, Colin. Good job.
Yeah.
You should not be unemployed. And in fact, I was listening to another show last night. His record was better than Michael Vick. So he had a better touchdown record and interception record than Michael Vick. So, Michael Vick, look in the mirror, man. Judge the man in the mirror. Leave this boy alone. He's young. He should have an opportunity to play if he chooses to play football again. And somebody should hire this guy, whether he's
So if you had been his agent, Lee, what would you have said to him? Like, look, the NFL's asked you to do this. I say that you should probably just
that I would say to him, what's important to you, Colin? How do you want to handle this thing? Do you want to stick with your convictions? You want to stand on what you believe in? That might cost you your job in the NFL. I would also have a meeting with the NFL and say, hey guys, look, really, you really want to do this? I would call a meeting with all the owners if they would come to the meeting or a conference call or whatever, and I would plead on the behalf of my client as his agent, manager, whatever, and say, hey guys, look, there are more egregious things that members of your team have done. They've committed felonies.
Mm-hmm.
They have raped. They've been caught fighting, drunk,
beat their
DUIs.
wife up in the elevator. Mm-hmm.
And come on, guys, many of those same people are still playing. And you're telling me that a few words out of this guy's mouth and he kneeled deserves this kind of treatment? Really? Mm. Is this where we are here in America today? Are we setting the right tone? That's what I would have done as an agent. I would have argued on his behalf with the system and with the hope that they would hear it in the right light, because there's a whole lot more crazy criminal acts that they need to address, as opposed to this young man being educated, smart enough.
Well, it was a distraction too, though. I mean, if they'd have just told the network, listen, when we're doing the national anthem, don't pan the camera on him. Let's just not give it any. They made more out of it. I mean, he could have made that stand to just the people in the stadium.
Right.
But the networks, here he is, kneeling again. So it was they made more out of it than what they should have. Then it became a distraction.
Weren't there other players that did the same thing?
Absolutely, and then it trickled down to high schools and colleges, and people were doing it all. I've seen little high school teams who came out and the entire team kneeled down.
And I think there were some white guys that did it as well.
It was a distraction. I'd love to go back during that time and see what legislation was being passed. I mean, while we're being, when we're being distracted with that foolishness.
But see, here's the other thing. If they're going to ostracize and blackball him from the league, what about the other guys that did the same thing? What about the guys that came out in support of Colin? Right. So that's how I look at that. If it's good for the goose, it's got to be good for the gander.
The white boy, the one that played for Denver. What's his name? The quarterback.
The
Broncos. The one that just won the damn the quarterback for the Denver Broncos who won.
Oh, you talking about Peyton Manning?
Peyton Manning.
Yeah, when some lady said, some doctor said he spread his ass cheeks over and laid his testicles on her forehead. When she was giving him a physical, and that's just boys being boys. He just laid his nuts on her forehead.
Yeah, it's a little locker room action.
That's fine. Mm-hmm.
But see, that's what I'm saying. That's why so many people are upset and vocal about things, because there's a double standard, and that in itself needs to stop.
That's right, though. You're right. There's a double standard.
You
just proved the point earlier when you mentioned about players who have domestic violence, who have crimes when they go out in public and misrepresent the team and the league. And hell, I mean, what's his name who just played for the Browns? Johnny Manziel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, here's a guy who's alcoholic, who went to work late, never went to practice on time, goes and gets the sobering up, I got to go to rehab and everything else, and here's a guy opportunity to play in the league again. So once again, you're right. The double standards have to be acknowledged, because once again, you got all these other players doing 10 times things that's worse compared to a Colin Kaepernick.
Oh yeah.
All right, here's a
damn shame.
Here's another thing that we can chop up. In Toronto, Canada, the Trump name is disappearing from downtown Toronto. There's a building, apparently, that I guess it was a Trump Tower in Toronto. They're taking that name down. Mm-hmm. He's about to become...
And O.J. Simpson might be getting out of prison, too.
Yeah, he's got a hearing tomorrow.
Yep, parole hearing.
What
tomorrow.
do you think? Give me your opinion. Or did we do that yesterday? You think he's going to get out?
Oh, I wasn't on if you did do it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring up something from yesterday.
Are they putting one of those cops on that? Somebody they announced yesterday something about the parole thing. I think he'll get out.
Needs to. I mean, for what he did, for what he's currently in jail for, you can't convict him on the murders with this particular legal issue. I mean, some guy had broken into a storage unit, stole a bunch of his shit, and he had set up a personal sting where he was going to meet the guy in the room and get his shit back.
Yeah.
And so they just said, up against the wall, motherfucker. I mean, basically, if somebody had stole my shit, they charged him with kidnapping, and he didn't kidnap. The guy said, you ain't leaving this room till I get all my shit.
Yeah, well, see, that's what they used to hold against
my
him.
mother did that. My grandmother, you ain't leaving this house till you tell me what. So obviously, I've been kidnapped hundreds of times when I was a kid. Really, that was just them.
Yeah,
an old resentment.
That was a get back. We got you now, boy.
Well,
yeah.
Do you think he killed his? Do you think he killed his wife? His ex-wife?
Absolutely.
I do too.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they did get him because, from what I hear, because my client
get him
lived
for
right
the
now.
But OJ was the first black man to get some white man justice. That's what that was about, and that's why white people lost their mind.
Yeah,
because they sitting up in there, niggas ain't supposed to get away with that shit. We only supposed to get away with it.
He
they didn't put a strong enough.
Decapitated that woman.
They blew it in the court. Okay, so who do you blame for that?
You know how many white men had the white men that killed Emmett Till walked. So it was just the first time a black man got some of that justice because he could afford it, and I ain't mad about it. That's what y'all get. Y'all been doing that shit for years. Now a black man get a piece of that, and y'all get mad about it. It ain't right, but don't get mad about it.
I don't know. I don't think
because Cracker's been getting that justice for forever and ever.
I don't think I looked at it as a black and white thing.
Well, hell.
I looked at it as a guy that killed his ex-wife.
Yeah, well, I saw a black man get some white man justice for the first time ever in this country.
But I have clients. He had a friend that looked just like him, and it's funny how many of my clients this man dated. They would go to that house, and that woman was beat up so bad.
Well, she should have left.
She did. She wasn't with him any longer when he went over there and killed her. She was not with him any longer. She had moved into a townhouse down the street. So, no, she wasn't with him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless you've been in an abusive situation, it's really hard to say what. Sometimes, look at the man out here.
Listen,
he killed his 5-year-old son because he was mad at his ex-wife. I mean, this has been all over here. They've been looking for this little 5-year-old kid, and they find him. And the father's smiling and all that. Killed his son because he was mad at her because she was divorcing him. Killed his own son, so he should not be punished. People do things just out of hate and anger and
stupidity.
The way he killed his ex-wife, I think it's
I wonder what his motive was that evening, though. What do you think his motive the night that Nicole Brown died? Why did he go kill her?
He used to beat her up all the time. So.
No, I know, but why do you think he killed her?
Well, the kid that was coming there, people that say he was bringing coke there. The kid wasn't nobody she dated. He worked as a waiter at a place. But
yeah, no. So why did O.J. kill them? Though?
Ron Goldman.
He killed them both, and they say he basically cut her head off.
Why, though? I know what happened. I'm asking, why do you think he killed her?
Because he was angry because he still wanted her, and he couldn't stand the fact that someone else would be with her, and she didn't want him. So do you think
it was premeditated? Do you think he planned it?
I think he was angry. He was probably hanging.
Because if it wasn't premeditated, if it was just an act of rage, he surely cleaned everything up and got out of town awful quickly. That's the problem I have with it. Because usually rage killings, they're all distraught. I mean, it seemed to me to be very premeditated. It didn't seem to be an act of rage or a sudden.
Hey, he got the best lawyers because my ex is a lawyer, and they will take a case. If they're a criminal lawyer, they will defend that person even knowing that they possibly are guilty. That's
you've seen the video about Kardashian, how he went to O.J.'s house. When O.J. came in that day, when O.J. came home and was arrested, if you go back and watch Ron Kardashian, was able to grab a garment bag out of the car and set it beside himself. Have you seen that documentary about Kardashian? There's a documentary on Netflix about it. I watched it. It's very interesting and very compelling. When you see when O.J. rolls up, he gets out of the car, and the police take him in for questioning.
When he came back to the house in the Bronco that day?
No, this was
prior to that.
Yeah, when he went in for questioning, when he just came back from Chicago and they wanted to talk to him.
Yeah, I remember.
And there was a Louis Vuitton, one of those fold-over wardrobe bags, that fold in half.
Yeah.
And so Ron goes over to the car, gets that bag. He walks over to this lady. He talks to her. He sits it down between the two of them. He distracts the police talking to them. When the police turn, he picks the bag up and walks to his car, throws it in the trunk, and pulls away. Nobody knows what was in that bag. The bag was full. And from what I understand, Kardashian had lent him that piece of luggage, so he was just getting his shit back. Oh, really? That's what you've been told?
No, I just made it up. That Louis Vuitton cost him $3,000. Give me my bag, man. You're going to jail.
Let's see, Netflix here. Kardashian, the man who saved O.J. Simpson. That documentary is on Netflix. It came out in 2016 after O.J. Simpson was arrested for murder. Some believe his attorney and confidant Robert Kardashian destroyed a bag of damning evidence. When I saw the video of the actual day when that happened, it's like, how did the police not see him get that bag? I mean, he was slick with it.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're so busy paying attention to everything else.
Right.
Little
Ron
stuff
set
like
it down,
that.
talked. How you doing, Officer Petty? How are you, sir? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, we're gonna get this handled. All right, I'm gonna take my bag and get the hell up out of here. And so there was. I would have loved to have known what was in that bag.
You'll never know. Rumored. That's almost rumored to when the whole OJ thing first started. Of course, we now had the famous white Bronco chase there on the expressway in California and L.A. And then he had 3 packages.
The 405.
One to the media. Right. But he had the main 3 he talked about before he got to the rest was one to the media, one to his mother, and then one undisclosed before he got the rest of them. The undisclosed was rumored that Kardashian had a hold of that and got rid of that too.
Got rid of another bag?
Yeah, another package. It was 3 packages that OJ. This is after he left. Let's see. He left the cemetery of his wife Nicole, and that's when the chase started. And he had 3 packages. One was supposed to go to the press, one to his mother, then the undisclosed that was not talked about. And it was always rumored that the undisclosed Kardashian got a hold of that and got rid of that one too. And that was right in the also.
What was in the other 2 packages?
See, the other 2 packages never came out, as far as I know. When I was doing the producing here in Chicago with the LA stuff at KBC, they knew that from rumored and from what they were gathering information from, the one to his mother pretty much was the confession. The one to the media has something to do with him and other people involved in the so-called murder.
And the one Rob Kardashian disposed of was probably the paternity test to show that Khloe is really OJ's daughter.
So you leave Khloe out of this right now. Otherwise, I'm coming to North Carolina.
Yeah, see?
Yeah,
you better call Maury.
Get that blood test, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, man. But that whole thing was a shambles, man. I remember, like I said before, we covered that, of course, for all those months. And the other producer I worked with out of KBC there in Los Angeles, I mean, it was like an ongoing thing. Like people have to remember, gavel to gavel coverage is not fun. And there were days where it just dragged on and dragged on.
Yeah.
You might get some nuggets every now and again, but that was rare. So this whole thing almost lasted like almost a whole year. So there was one point when we discovered that there in Brentwood, Dennis Fong, who was in charge of being on the scene for forensics, sends out a 6-month rookie, and he steps all through the evidence. It had to be re-examined because he has no hazmat suit on, no booties, no nothing.
Well, there was a lot of mistakes made in that particular case. Yeah, a lot. And it's.
I want to know why they didn't put some tape over that Sony monitor that sat on Lancito's desk. Because Sony, I mean, every day,
yeah,
big
really.
Sony logo.
Yeah, but I wonder how many people were influenced by that.
Put a piece of paper over that Sony logo.
Let me say hello to some people that have joined us on Facebook. Chuck Arrington, Charles, Carlos Phoenix, Anna Maria, Mark Young, the young MC. What's up? I know you're on lockdown. In the house like a child on punishment. That's a little saying, a little phrase that he and I have been using for many, many years. And he originated that as far as I know. Mark Young says, what up to Apollo? And I guess he's saying he's retired. Michael Vick is retired? Good. See, you need to just go home and watch your big screen TV and shut up. Leave Colin alone. Dave Johnson in the house.
Did y'all send a shout out yesterday to what's our brother's name that works for the government? He had a birthday yesterday.
Oh, works for the
Darius.
Government. Who?
Darius Hedge.
See, I look.
Oh yeah, sure did.
I didn't know he worked for the government. Is he a
Darius
spy?
Hedgebeth.
Yeah.
He works for the NSA or something. He works for some type of something. I can't remember what he works in some kind of government surveillance or something. I can't remember what it is. But
Shireen Siegel just joined. She says, "Michaels, I can't hear." I don't know how to help you with that.
Turn your volume up. Well, you can't even hear me tell you that.
Right,
so.
Exactly. I can't help you. Okay, let me. You see, a lot of people don't understand that you have to click on the video to open it up for it to start playing unless you have play automatic set in your Facebook.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to click the little speaker and make sure the volume is turned up.
Click on the video.
And the volume.
And make sure your volume is turned up. If that doesn't work, you need a hearing aid.
Mm-hmm. You got any French fried hearing aids in there?
Really?
I reckon I'll have one.
Mm-hmm. French fried taters.
Why do we go to that every time we talk?
That was a funny voice. Mm-hmm.
I aim to record you.
Carol, did you hear the other Carol yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Carol, wake
No,
up.
I haven't heard it.
You haven't heard her?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm glad both of you don't show up at the same time because it'd probably be a cat fight.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was working. I was making money.
Okay. I heard that.
You can buy me some taters.
Make sure the French fried. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see here. Gary's making a statement in here. Whether
Sweet
murdered them, and he did, doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
We can't turn back the hands of time. Well, that's true, Gary.
Well, he looked guilty anyway. Why was he running from the cops on the freeway?
Well, he was just trying to get back home. He wasn't running.
He wasn't
they
trying
call
to
it a
get
chase.
back
It wasn't
home.
really a
It was
chase.
a chase.
No, it wasn't chasing. He was doing like, what, 40, 50 miles an hour? That ain't a chase.
Was it a black cop that shot that
I
white
do
woman?
kind of hope to see
in
him
Minneapolis?
get out,
Watch Minneapolis
I don't know
in
why.
Australia with this black police officer murdering. I didn't know it was a black cop that shot her.
Yeah, but he was from Somalia, and
Yeah,
there's
they ain't
only
black.
so many of them. But look at his record. He's got 3 other cases
Black
where he's
cop,
done something.
black cop, played KRS-One.
He ain't black.
But I don't think
He
he
ain't
considers
black.
himself
He
black
probably
because he's
got
Somalian.
a briefcase of
black.
wristwatches in the back of that truck, in the trunk of that car. He's selling
Yeah.
watches out of the trunk too. The
Y'all
Africans
mess.
got a whole briefcase of knockoff watches they'll sell you too.
Right. And they're knockoffs, for sure.
You probably drive a cab as moonlight as a cab driver.
Why does anybody use a cab anymore? Why would you use a cab?
Well, for me, it's if I'm at the airport, it's the convenience of not having to wait on an Uber. I can just go, hey,
But-
taxi, take me, let's go.
and you're
Hop
willing to
in.
pay 3 times more
Well,
using a taxi.
Instead of if I got to be somewhere, if I got an appointment, I got to be at the station in 30 minutes. Let's go. Instead of sitting there, okay, I'm waiting for Lee to ping me. Now, fuck that. I got to go. You're paying for the convenience of the cab, I think.
Some of the people that drive Uber that I know, I wouldn't want to get in their car. Some of these young kids that I know,
and Lee's
a good driver.
Lee's
My
got
daughter
butt
is,
sand in his car. He's
That's
got
right.
booty sand.
That's right. Came right out of the crack of her butt. I was so mad. I had two groups of people that got in my car that brought sand with them.
Oh, you had sand in your car?
Oh, my. And one threw up. I finally got to throw up.
Damn.
But she was smart enough to hang her head out of the car, so it didn't get on the inside. It was on the outside. So I had to take bottles of water.
When did you get the butt sand?
All right.
This past weekend.
Oh, so you picked her up
Saturday.
from the beach?
Yeah, I picked up two different groups of people, one from Venice Beach, and I think the other one was from Santa Monica. I was so mad.
Yeah, my daughter said they can be really rude, some of them.
And didn't give me a tip, and know damn well you threw up in my damn car, and all that butt sand.
They threw up in your
wet
car.
butt sand.
Wet butt sand.
See, I couldn't drive Uber because I would pull the car and get out. I wouldn't care where they were.
Oh, wait a minute.
Out.
Gary Stidham is Tony Stidham? Tony Stidham coming to get him? That Tony Stidham from St. Louis from back in the 70s? Boy, it sure is good to see you. And Lisa London is in the house. Thank you all for checking out the show. And do me a favor. If each one of you that are in the room right now on my Facebook page, if you were to click the share button, I would greatly appreciate that. And if you don't do that, and see, it doesn't cost you any money to do that. If you don't do that, then send me $25 for not doing it. I bet you'll do it now. I bet you will do it now. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to send Lee Michaels $25 because they did not click the share button. So hit that share button right now.
Hey, Apollo, did you see that dog saving that little baby deer?
No, where was that?
It was all over Facebook. Did you see it, Chris?
No, I did. I missed it.
He had never did this before, and there was a little baby deer drowning.
And
the dogs went out and got him.
Oh, that's cool.
And then he was trying to make him come alive, and he was fine, but the deer jumped back in the water, and the man had to go out and get him.
Jesus, that's a damn dog. What are you doing, man? Don't save my life. I'm out of here.
But it's been all over everywhere.
I missed that one.
Yeah, the dog literally ran out there, and the owner said his dog won't even go fetch a damn ball.
He brought back a deer.
He seen that baby deer drowning, and he swam out there and pulled that deer in. And then he was so frustrated, he was trying to make him move.
Mm-hmm.
But then when the deer got up, got scared and ran back into the water, and the man had to run out and get him.
Wow, that's good.
So they saved the little deer,
Yeah.
to make a long story short.
That's a beautiful animal story.
That's all I look at as animal stories.
Who's ringing?
That was me. I was looking at it where this guy got a little, what do you call a groundhog that was drowning, and he's giving him, not mouth to mouth, but he's pressing on him to bring him back.
Oh, okay.
All right, Lisa London, you do not have to send me $25 because you did share. Now, what about the rest of you rascals out there? Hit the share button.
Thank you, Lisa London. Thank you, Lisa London.
That's right. And if you don't know how to hit the share button, then you need to just delete your account. That's it. It's real simple.
Hardcore, man.
If Chris Bass can do it, and Carol is the queen of sharing. She is the share queen. I know.
Yes, that's true.
Tony Stidham coming to get him. You can do it. Mark Young, I know you. See, I know you technically on top of it. Now, Shireen, I'm not sure about Shireen. Shireen might have a little difficulty there. I might have to go over to her house and click the button for her. You know, between her and Josefa, I don't know who's the worse.
I
When it comes to technology.
I think I send you guys some great stuff, some funny stuff.
Now, you sent me this one.
I mean, how would you ever know? What was it? Was it a chicken doing it to a cat? What was it that time?
Yeah. The cat was doing it to the chicken.
Yeah.
Now, what was it? You sent me one either this morning or yesterday Was it eagle that came in and grabbed him?
Yeah, did you see him grab that little kid?
What was that? A kid?
That was a kid.
No.
Yeah, look at it.
Looked like a raccoon or something.
No, that was a child.
That was a child.
Eagle jumped down, and you didn't see the father running.
I saw it.
And then the eagle dropped the kid.
I didn't think that was a kid.
No, that was a child. That was a little child.
Looked like a big tail raccoon or.
No, it was a child.
Oh, that's terrible. Let me go back and look at that again.
Well, you got to be careful because an eagle's out hunting.
Yeah.
And when an eagle goes to hunt, it's almost like he has, what do you call that kind of vision when it's a kaleidoscope almost for them where they can zero in almost like they have binoculars.
Oh, they got incredible eyesight.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can be 1,000 feet up in the
bird,
air.
Because when I worked on
see
a
a
video,
mouse.
I think it was with Eddie Murphy and Iman with Michael Jackson, when that bird started flapping those wings behind Eddie, that bird had some wings. Eddie Murphy was running. Iman just sat there. Because where's she from, Africa?
Africa. Yeah.
And Eddie started laughing. He goes, where I'm from, you hear something moving or flapping, you run.
Get to stepping.
But she just sat there all regal, very beautiful woman. But it was the funniest thing you could imagine, watching that man running. And the bird couldn't have got away because he was basically strapped down.
Yeah, he had a hell of a wingspan. Those things are huge.
Huge. Look at that bird. You'll see it's... I'm
trying to find it. I can't find it.
I think I sent it to you again. I'll look and see.
You sent it to me. I saw it. But I thought it was an animal of some kind.
No, it's a child.
That was a kid.
It tells you to watch your kids.
Yeah. Yeah, they're known to pick up a little dog or a cat.
Yeah, it's a kid. You can
rabbit.
see.
My eyesight
You see
is
the
starting to
feet
get a
on the
little bad.
kid.
It's what on him?
You can see it's a kid. They tell you it's a kid on the thing when I found it.
Black people don't
Said
read.
you got to watch your kids no matter where you're at.
I didn't read it.
She didn't hear
I didn't read it.
I didn't read that crap. Come on. I was looking at the pictures, the video.
See, the kid was sitting there. You know how toddlers will be sitting?
Yeah.
And that eagle came down and picked him up from the back of his shirt, but he dropped him because the man started running at him.
Oh, I know what the problem is.
Even an owl will do that. I don't know if they'll pick up a kid, but an owl will pick up your dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Because my friend was having a barbecue and her little chihuahua was almost right next to him, and an owl swooped down and grabbed that chihuahua, but he dropped it. And the chihuahua died after, but he swooped right down. He didn't care who was sitting there.
Well, that's a lot of those big birds like that. They'll pick up whatever they want to eat, take it up at a certain height, and drop it, and that will kill whatever it is. And then they'll come back down and rip it apart.
That's sad.
Yeah, well, that's the way they hunt.
I don't know, who was it yesterday? Somebody posted these guys in Africa going after, they were almost like deer and how they were hunting for them. And it was, I don't like to see things killed. And I come from the country. I grew up killing things because that's what we ate.
Yeah.
But now I look at anything like a chicken chopping his neck off. That just makes me sick now. I couldn't imagine. I was even mean to cats. So
well, you sure love them now.
Oh, I love all animals.
You've turned that around.
I love animals.
I do too. I really do. I really care. Well, let's stop talking about it because my little dog was killed by coyotes. So
well, you got
that breaks my
5
heart
now
still.
You can play with.
Well, that's different.
You got Henry.
Yeah, but it ain't my dogs.
It ain't my dog.
Ain't my dog. Bentley was my dog.
My cats are just, they make me happy because at least I have something waiting for me when I come home.
Right.
Because it's hard when I'm not with anybody now. So when I come home, my cats are always there. It's like, hey, Mom.
Well, that's the thing about
other Carol's cats.
Oh, yeah.
What other Carol's cat?
Well, other Carol has cats, too.
Yeah, she has cats, too.
Who's pretending to be me? I'll bet it's you, Chris.
Well, I wouldn't say all that.
It's you. I know it's you. Because I know Laura wouldn't do that to me.
No, it's not Laura. I'll tell you that much.
No, it's not Laura.
I can't sell out the person who's doing it.
So they're imitating me?
Mm-hmm. Doing a pretty good job.
I got to go in and listen.
Yeah, you need to listen. Because I like to
I'm
see you
used to
guys.
that, though. I can sit with people and all of a sudden they'll come back to me with my voice. It's like, who cares? At least I could probably get jobs with this voice.
Yeah. Now,
Well,
see,
well,
Carol,
we had to probably do a
that's
special
a
one
wet,
day.
sandy ass right there.
What's hanging from her butt?
It's sand.
No, there's something white hanging down.
That's in between her legs.
What is it?
It's nothing. It's the beach.
No, the
I'm trying to
beach
show-
isn't that white. There's like a
What is that?
Tampax hanging down.
That's nothing hanging down.
There is something hanging out of her butt.
It's nothing hanging out of her butt.
Put that up and let them see
I
if there
did.
is something hanging out of her
That's
butt.
just a sandy butt.
No, there's something white hanging down
That's
from her
not-
butt.
that's
A
the-
cord or something.
That's the other side. You can see through. Her legs are not fat. It covers up the gap.
Oh, well, it
That's
makes
the
it look
gap.
like she's got a cord or something hanging from her
No,
butt.
that's no cord. That's the sandy beach on the other side.
Did you take that picture, Lee?
No, I did not.
Have you been hanging at
that's
the
nice.
beach?
I was at the beach when I picked up these 4 sandy asses that got in my car. I left sand all over the place. I had to,
That's
you
a
know, I
nice
washed
sandy
my
ass,
car
though.
twice in one day. Saturday.
I would have told him shake the sand before
I
you
didn't.
get in.
I didn't notice it until they were gone.
See, Rain yesterday, that happened to her because she was on the beach and she had sand, and I shouldn't have told her. I said, go ahead and get under the towel and take your suit off, but she dropped a load of sand.
Yeah, I mean, when you take a Uber or a Lyft, you know, come on, guys, get the sand off you. You know you're going to get in somebody's car. How can you do that? And then you don't tip. You say, hey, look, man, I know I jacked your car up with all this sand. Here's $10. Go get your car washed. And then I wouldn't feel so bad about it. But damn, that's just nasty.
Is that
Them
true, or was
awful
that fake
sandy
news
asses.
that Canada denounces the United States? Is that fake news?
I don't know. I didn't see that one. What's the
I
source
sent
of it?
that to you. I don't know. I just sent it to you. I was curious.
I don't know. You send it to me just now?
Yep. No, I sent it to you maybe this morning about 4:30 in the morning.
Why are you up at 4:30 in the morning?
Because
Carol?
I fell asleep early.
Normal people are not up at 4:30
I
in
get
the
up
morning
and
unless they're
clean.
doing a morning show on a radio station or TV
I get up
station.
and clean. I clean and then I get ready to go
You know
walk.
what? All I can say is I'm gonna pray for
And
you.
I comb my cat's hair and wash their little faces and feed them. So I have to get up early.
All right, Anna Marie.
You know,
Uh,
yeah, go ahead.
Anna
I'm
Maria.
sorry, go ahead.
All right, you did a share, so you don't have to send me $25. Thank you very much. Lisa London. I'm waiting for Gary. I'm waiting for Shireen. Dave Johnson. Mark Young. Chris, did you share? You're not exempt.
Not yet. No, I'm not sharing yet.
No, it's too late for you. Send that $25 right now.
Shit.
See how cheap people are. You know, you can send it to my nonprofit. I will give that $25 to my granddaughters who need the money to make the trip
Yeah,
to
I
Detroit.
donated to
Okay,
it.
that's
and
cool. I can
shared.
do that.
You sure did. Thank you very much.
I shared and I sent it to people.
That's right.
I sent it to some of your friends.
Really? I don't know. See, my friends are po broke and lonely.
$25 isn't that much.
No,
Yeah, my friends just broke.
all my friends are
They
broke.
just broke.
They broke
Yep.
down. They're beyond broke. I have to get in a submarine to go find them sometime. They're so low. But I love
They
them.
broke a lot. They're broke dick dog, man. They broke.
That's no. Come on, man. That's painful.
Yes, it is.
Poor dog. Poor
Right.
dog.
Can't do it.
And another dog walks by in heat and he ain't nothing he can do about it.
It's broke. Can't
Broke.
do it.
It's broken.
I want to ask you something, Lee, real
what's
quick.
that?
I'm going to cut you off, but okay, you know, Herb Fame of Peaches and Herb.
Yeah.
All right.
Peaches and
Do you
Herb?
know him? Yeah. Do you know him personally?
I've met him. We don't play
Okay.
golf or anything together, but I've met him.
How old do you think he is at this time?
300.
Okay, you're on. Here's my point. When you're doing the Peaches and Herb act, if you know him, know somebody knows him, you know, please tell him to get a Peaches that is close to his age.
Yeah,
Which I know is impossible,
he
but
like those
try.
young tender peaches
Who
that
y'all
just
talking
fallen
about?
off the tree.
Does he have money?
Herb fame from Peaches and Herb, when he goes out now, his Peaches now looks like he's 19. He's 300 years old.
Though, does he have money?
He's trying to be like R.
No,
Kelly.
he ain't got no money.
He's got to have something, honey. Those girls, 19, don't go out.
Well, no, they just want to sing.
Because Joe Jackson does that. My friend was flying all the way to Vegas to his party, and she's older. And I said, "You're wasting your time." And she gets there, and it was all young girls.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what happened to Peaches? Didn't he beat her up or something?
I don't know.
She's had about 4 or 5 of them. I think.
Yeah, the original Peaches is Peach Cobbler now.
Yeah. Now, who was the one that beat? Wasn't that Angela Wimbush? Didn't she get beat up? Who was that? She said Renee. Wasn't Renee beating her ass?
Renee and Angela.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't remember. Or are you getting that twisted with Ike and Tina Turner?
No, I heard Renee was beating her ass.
No, I don't remember that one. It may have been, but I try to stay away from that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying.
And Angelo. What were some of the songs they sung?
I'll be good.
I'll be good.
They're beating an ass. I'll be good.
Please don't beat me.
I ain't
Please,
gonna do
Renee,
it no
I'll
more.
be good. I'll be good.
Right.
That's probably the inspiration
I'll
for
be
that.
good.
Just like Hit the Road Jack. Yeah, okay, that's a song. Come on. Yeah.
Y'all stupid.
You don't have to cry no more. You don't have to cry.
Cry.
No more.
Cry.
I won't throw your ass through the door. Yep, that's
Boy,
it.
y'all bad today.
Well, I'm glad you guys
But I
aren't
heard
singers.
that Renee used to beat her ass back in the day. Let me see if I can find that.
Yeah.
See, you'll take
Angela.
you'll take time to go look some foolishness up like that, but you won't look up my
Domestic
girl.
violence. Here we go. Angela Wimbush.
That is a kid. Damn,
Angela Wimbush and Renee Moore recently fooled a lot of people as Moore's violent behavior.
What's a kid?
Yeah,
right
I
here.
just saw it again, and now I
you
can
see
see
the
there's a
stroller
kid.
sitting there.
On
Yeah.
Unsung, she talked about that.
I hope the kid survived okay. We didn't get him up very high.
Yeah, but you see the stroller?
Yeah, I saw that, but definitely.
I'm just curious who was shooting the picture.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Carol,
How
did you
convenient.
see that video? Did you see that video, Carol, of your cats getting in your drawer, getting your toys out and playing with them?
Doing what?
Leave that one alone.
Send
Okay,
that to her.
I'll leave it alone.
Forward that to her. Hey, forward that to her.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to hold this video up here so people can see what Carol's been referring to with the eagle that came down and grabbed this child. And the father, we assume it's the father, was there. And damn, let me open this thing up so we can see it.
But it's a trip now. People will not save somebody. They'll watch them drown. You'll see 20 people with their phones watching the drowning.
Exactly. I hate that.
Like that woman that went to get off the subway, I think in London, and her purse got stuck. And more people were using their phones to catch the video.
Yeah, that's nuts. People just, okay, this thing, it kind of repeats. So let me let it go through the next cycle here. And I'll try to get the camera up to it so you guys can see what we've been talking about here. Oh, come on.
I got to bounce here in a second.
And show that Sandy ass again, will you, Lee?
See, you
Sandy ass. All right,
Okay.
here we go. What is that?
That's an eagle that picked up a toddler. And
An eagle.
yeah. And the eagle flies with the dove.
See, he didn't get him too far up in the air.
Yeah, I don't
when
think
he
it got
dropped him.
maybe 4 or 5 feet.
Is that
maybe.
a chicken hawk or an eagle?
That's
an
the eagle. That's not a hawk, because
That's-
hawks aren't as big as eagles.
Yeah.
Is it a white kid or a black kid?
That was a white
Right,
kid.
kid.
Or at least
Damn,
the daddy
he sure
was white.
did, boy. He got him. Then dropped his ass.
Because one
Sure
time when I
did.
was going up to Michael Jackson's ranch, I seen a hawk come down to grab a squirrel, and I started
Mm-hmm.
honking, so he dropped the squirrel.
You need to put some Steve Miller Band up under that.
Fly like an eagle. Yeah, that's
See?
but that happens, man. That's not unusual. They'll grab a chicken, a rabbit, a squirrel, a child, a dog, or a
Well,
cat.
even a coyote is known to try to grab little kids.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna get
Damn.
me some
R.
coyote.
Kelly should do Fly Like an Eagle next. Gonna grab your children.
You're bad. All right, so what else is happening in the news, folks? So let's pull up some headlines and see what's going on. Maybe the world has come to an end and we don't know it.
Well, the thing is that earthquake in Russia, our press didn't do anything on that.
That wasn't no earthquake.
Oh, was
Chris
that
Christie
a lie?
was over there to visit and fell out of the bed. That's all that was.
No, there was an earthquake.
Chris Christie rolled out of his hotel bed. That's all that was.
And it was
about.
a boom shakalaka.
Yeah, he just fell out the bed.
Did you see the coverage of Chris Christie at the ballpark? He caught a foul ball at the ballpark and everybody booed.
No.
He gave the ball.
Yeah.
Didn't he give the ball to somebody next to him?
He gave it to a kid, yeah, but he was getting booed all over the damn place.
Lee, on June 5th, who's that brother, the Mexican dude in there with you?
June 5th.
Posted it
Man,
looks
I
like
can't
he
remember
posted
yesterday. You asked me
some
about June 5th.
Mexican-looking dude with a white shirt on, chilling. You sitting there with your eyes closed, laughing. You posted a picture.
Oh, it's on my page?
Yeah, Lee's featured photos. There's I guess he's Hispanic. He's got a mustache.
Well, of course, that makes him Hispanic. He's
Yeah.
got a mustache. Come on, man. What are you talking
He
about?
looks to be Latino.
Okay, let me pull that up.
June the 5th, you posted a picture. It's you. You got a pink mic, a yellow mic, and a red mic. And you got some foam mattress pads on the wall.
Mattress pads. And not mattress pads. Sound absorption pads.
Those look like mattress pads.
Ain't
You get
no
out of the
mattress
nursing home.
pad.
Y'all just, at least you ain't got egg crates on the wall.
I saw a studio picture yesterday where this guy had, you remember the old pegboards? Mm-hmm. You know, the board with the holes in it? That's what he had up.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that in 30 years.
Because it's probably made from cork. It's the old cork pegboards.
No,
probably.
they weren't cork. It was the
Carpet
old-
works just as good.
Yeah, exactly. You said June 5th or July
June 5th, you posted a picture. It's in your featured photos.
Oh, in the photos. Okay, let me go over here and see what you're talking
And
about.
go in your featured photos, June 5th. Hell, I'll just send it to
The
you
guy
on
with the
Messenger.
baseball cap on?
No, he ain't got no baseball. Here, I'm going to send it to you on Messenger. Hold on. Why did you just invite me to Messenger at 2:17?
Because you're not on it. Apparently.
I just sent you a picture on it. Check your Messenger.
I'm just going down my list, and it said you...
He looks like a drug cartel leader, maybe.
Oh, that's my buddy. That's Sal Lepore from Chicago.
Oh,
That's-
he looked like...
He looks like an old Italian gangster guy. But he's
he's
an
Italian.
Yeah, he's an actor
Is he?
and DJ, and one of my best friends from 1981, 82. Yeah, he was in town here.
Carol, if you go to Lee's profile, I don't know if you can see it or not, though. I'm going to try to post
Yeah, that's in the Hot 92.3 studio. That's it's some foam, but it's in large sheets as opposed to the little 12 by 12 squares. But that same thing. It's just rolled out in sheets like that. Yeah, Sal. That's my buddy Sal. Salvatore. Or what's his stage name?
Salvat.
Sal Amato.
Salamato.
Yeah. He's been in a couple of gangster movies. He also did an appearance in Chicago Fire, I think it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he's done some acting there in Chicago. He's working on a movie now. But yeah, one of my Italian brothers. 3 years ago today, I posted a picture, and that was with, at the time, Mayor Harold Washington, Doug Banks, and I. We were at the Taste of Chicago. And let me see if I can find that. It came up as one of those, moments, and you could repost
cool.
it. Yeah, I meant to repost that because that's two of my favorite people of all time: Mayor Harold Washington of Chicago, and the world famous Doug Banks, my turntable brother from Detroit. We worked together in St. Louis and Chicago. I hired him 3 different times. And miss old Doug. I really do. It's not a day that goes by that I don't think about him or something that comes up and reminds me of him. And that's kind of what made me ask the question yesterday about people in your Facebook or Twitter or just in your phone, address book. Do you keep them in there or what? And all the people that have gone on to other places, some have gone up, some have gone down. I've left them in my contacts, whether it's on my phone or whatever. I mean, I still have Jerry Bolding's phone number in my phone. And if I call him and he goes, "Hey, what's up, buddy?" I'd shit in my pants.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Well, you do that occasionally anyway.
Oh, stop it. I do not. I do not wear Depends. Carol does that, but I'm not into that yet.
You wear the generic Depends from Walmart.
No. Carol's going to hit me in the head, back of my head with a microphone here in a minute if she's paying attention of it. I don't think
No,
she
I
is.
heard you.
No, okay. You didn't have nothing to say.
I don't know
huh?
how you would know if I wore Depends, but
Well, I can,
He can see when you
Yeah.
wear tight breeches, the wrinkles in there.
that's right.
what wrinkles?
And the Depend, when the Depend gets a
Yeah, your
wrinkle
butt
in
gets bigger because you're Depends, pads.
You get that
pads that
diaper
area.
booty.
Yeah,
diaper butt.
that's right. Like a kid with the, diaper on.
Yeah.
And get a load back there.
Carol, I just posted on Lee's profile your cats playing.
I'm not going to look at it because I've already heard somebody say not to.
Yeah, it's your cats on the timeline. They're playing with your toys.
Oh my God.
They're having fun.
Yes, they are.
It's adorable, Carol. I'm serious. It's funny. I wouldn't
is.
post anything.
It is funny.
Actually funny.
You might even laugh at it, Carol.
I know you would.
Yeah. You're probably, no, I'm not even going to try to imitate you. Carol, what are you doing tonight? You're going out tonight, right? What are you going to go see?
The 2 cellos.
The 2 cellos.
Cellos.
There's 2 of her?
Does Cello have a sister?
No, they're cello players.
Cello Diaz?
No, they're cellos,
Cello
the
players.
instrument.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very good.
Cello.
They play. They're amazing. They're
Dynamite.
amazing. These 2 guys.
I hope they have a dynamite show.
They definitely will.
Have you seen them before?
No, Sky sang on their album.
Oh, okay.
Elton John, I think his company.
Hey, let me tell you a
manages
great show, y'all. You need to watch if you haven't seen it. The Defiant Ones. Have y'all seen that yet?
No, I have not.
It's on HBO. I get it on an app. I have the Defiant Ones. It's a story of the bond and relationship between Jimmy. What's his name? I want to call him Iovine. You know Jimmy that started.
Jimmy
Interscope
Levine?
Records. It's Iovine. It's an I.
What did he start?
He started Interscope Records.
Oh.
Jimmy Iovine or whatever. It's about he and Dr. Dre's relationship and how they it shows how they both started. Jimmy started as a little he used to sweep out a recording studio in the 70s and he got to work with John Lennon and he started tapping the girl from Fleetwood Mac. You know her name. What's her name? Lee.
Sweet dreams are made of these.
No, that's the Eurythmics.
The Eurythmics.
That's the
yeah, I'm sorry.
No, the Fleetwood Mac, the blonde-headed girl.
Yeah, I know.
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks.
Well,
And
you
then
couldn't
he-
even
and
get
he's-
into that concert the other day.
Oh, it was so
But
loud?
it's
Yeah.
a great documentary. It's on. You can watch it on HBO. But if you've got an app like where you can watch, I have an Android app called.
Okay.
Where I gotta send that to you guys. You have Android devices at your house?
Sure.
I'm gonna forward you these apps that you can install, and get all kind of free stuff, movies and stuff.
So you want the FBI knocking on my door?
No, they're not. You're not downloading. You're only streaming from a server in Russia. So it's not.
Oh God.
I mean, I watch everything. I was watching Alice last night on the old Alice.
Oh, Alice, man, Linda Lavin, yeah, man.
I'm going to forward these. I don't have. Let me see, Chris. I don't think I have your email. Will you text me your
email address? Sure.
Yeah, so I can forward these. If you have Android tablets or an Android phone where you can cast the video to your smart TV, I have an Android tablet that I watch on with a Bluetooth speaker. But these apps are unbelievable.
Yeah, I have an Android phone.
Terrarium TV and OneBox HD are the apps.
Oh, cool.
And I don't know why anybody would pay for cable. It's kind of like having a jailbroke Fire Stick.
Fire Stick.
But these are just apps you can run on your phone or your Android device.
Now, do they get like HBO and Showtime and all
that?
Really?
Everything. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, they're on demand. You're not watching it in real time. There's shows that
Yeah.
But like I watch the Defiant ones, and you can watch them in HD. You can even download them if you want and watch them later.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good stuff.
Will that work on a Linux or Unix box?
It says Android operating system. It will.
Yeah. Well, Android is actually built on.
They're APK files. They're APK files.
Right.
So you can install them.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Let me see why I didn't. Let me go here. My phone is ringing. Turn it off. He ain't got no money, so. All right.
Put him on the air. Answer phone. Say, you got money?
Hold on. Oh, he already hung up. Let me call him back.
Oh, you know who it is?
Yeah. He's a keyboard player for the Mighty Gospel Enforcers. Let's see.
Are you going to tell me he's on the air?
Yeah, I have to by law.
What up, bro? You working?
Yeah, you're live on the Lee Michaels Show in Los Angeles, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well, great. What's up, Lee?
What up? What
up? What's going on? What's going on, brother?
Do you have? I've put in that Adobe Audition. The trial has expired. Do you have?
Yeah, I sent you
the crack code.
I'll send you the crack here in a minute. Just don't smoke it. But I'll send.
Now this one, okay.
Which version does he have?
Will that work for Mac too?
No, not on Mac. It only works on Windows.
Oh crap!
Yeah.
All right. I'm running it on the iMac, and I guess that's where my problem's at.
Yeah. That's your first problem, having a damn
That's
Mac.
your problem right there. Hey, did you install those apps I sent you to watch movies?
Oh no, not yet.
All right.
I am.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go. I'll call you in about a few minutes. Anyway, I'll hit you back.
Appreciate it.
All right, brother.
Appreciate it, bro.
Later. Yeah.
What version is that crack for?
CS6.
Okay. Yeah,
Adobe Audition CS6.
I have the whole suite.
Yeah, and, you got to pay every month for it.
Yeah. It's like.
What do you say he plays with? Like he's a group of like the Mighty What or something?
Yeah, he plays keyboards for the Mighty Gospel Enforcers. They're
a
gospel group. They've been around for about 20 years.
What are they enforcing?
I know it was like a.
The gospel, they took Mighty off. It used to be the Mighty Gospel Enforcers, but now they're just the Gospel Enforcers. They're
why did they become the Gospel Temptations?
The Gospel Enforcers. They're a great group, man. I mastered their last album for them.
Yeah?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you do it on the Mac or
most people
PC?
know who do drugs in the name of the Lord, you know. This the mighty, mighty cracks of joy.
The mighty clouds of joy. Hey, man, Reverend Benny Davis, he rest his soul. He actually had a church outside of Charlotte that he would come in and do gospel. And when I worked overnight some nights on Saturday, he would relieve me. He'd pull up in his van at like 4 a.m. I'm going to sleep in my van. Come down and wake me up at 6 o'clock. I'm like, all right, man. So I go down there and go, Benny, time to go on the air. And one week his check was not right. Like, he was supposed to have a talent fee in his check, and they put his check in the box, and He come in there. Man, these motherfuckers done fucked my check up. Man, I told this bitch about she better have my goddamn time. Shut up, it's me talking. And he's like, I done told it. He walks right up to the mic. Here's how he sounds. He walks right up to the mic. I done told this bitch she better get, these motherfuckers better get my money. Good morning, brothers and sisters. It's gospel music at its very best. I'm the Reverend. We're going to praise the Lord this morning. It's Gospel Unlimited on Power 98. Turn the mic off. I done told these motherfuckers about this goddamn shit. I mean, he went right from motherfucker to good morning, brothers and sisters.
That's why I can't get down with these chicken-eating preachers. I can't do it. Because it's hypocritical, man. You can't do that.
So I just sent you, there are three actual files that you install, and you will be watching shitloads of free entertainment on your Android device.
I love that.
Chris, I sent them to you too. Yeah. Good stuff. They won't. I don't think they'll work on an iPad though, because they're APK files.
Yeah, I think
it has to be an Android device.
Okay, well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. But I installed them, and what is that? I sent it to myself twice. I guess I did. I reckon I did.
All right, so what else is happening in the news? Yeah, I was about to go look at some headlines so we can tail down the show here with some updates on what's going on in the world. What do you have over there, Chris? Are you plugged in over there?
Plugged in.
Retrieve to enter. Okay, the Supreme Court allows grandparents and relatives to enter the U.S. despite the travel ban. So even the Supreme Court is softening up on this Trump blockade. And Trump and Putin had an undisclosed talk at the G20. Wonder what the hell they were talking about. You see, folks, why can't they just be honest and be truthful and tell us what's really going on? So now we're finding out there was
Trump says eventually we will get something done. He said that on.
That something is we want to get you out of the White House, homeboy.
Exactly.
That's the only thing I'm interested in. All this other malarkey about repeal and replace. We want to repeal and replace you. That's what the Democrats ought to be talking about. Repeal and replace this administration, not just the orange man.
Yeah, because they were very angry last night, Pence and Ryan. I mean, to listen to them, it made you sick.
Well, they're angry because they got a pie in the face because they couldn't get a damn bill through. And their own party members are turning against them. And I don't blame them. These guys want to get reelected. That's the only motivation. But I bet 50% of those that are opposed, that did not want to vote for the current bill that was presented to them, I bet half of them they want something more extreme.
Now, when you're driving sometimes, have you noticed people sell flowers or
things on the side of the road?
Well, now these cops are messing with these people. They're not trying to live off of welfare or anything. They're working. But they stopped this Latin woman, and she got angry, and he grabs her by her ponytail and flips her. But she tries to get away. But it's the fact, why are you messing with them because they're trying to sell flowers? Is this another part of our dictatorship we have in this country now?
Hey, do you know that as Team Trump, as all the Team Trump members lawyer up for this thing, they have funneled this in a way that the taxpayers are paying for these attorneys.
Of course.
I just found it. So because they're being charged with crimes, you're having to pay the attorney fees that are defending them as they hire. Right. How is that possible?
It's amazing. Even Trump's lawyered up.
Yeah,
right.
You're in trouble.
Last month, Trump's committee paid $50,000 to the firm of his son's New York lawyer, Alan Futerfas or whatever. So far this year, the campaign has raised 75% of its contributions from small donors. That's crazy. This is Trump's 2020 re-election campaign. Mm-hmm. They're paying.
He's already running.
Mm-hmm. Boy, I can't wait to see. I wonder if he'll hang that electoral map up in the in his new apartment when he moves out of the White House.
I hope they get him on the RICO Act and take everything that he owns.
Well, they can already get him on the other thing. Not RICO. What's it called? I posted it last week. The law that they broke by meeting with the Russian.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
No, to be hung. That's just that's treason.
Well, we know that. We know he's not that because he's got little hands. So we know he's not hung. So let me see. Where is it? You know what I'm talking about. It's the damn. The Logan Act.
Logan, yeah.
Yeah, they already wrote
right.
The Logan Act. Yep.
Well,
CNN's turned on him.
No, you don't. You're not going to see that.
Fox News has turned on him, and then in some ways they haven't, and in other ways they have.
Well, it depends on the show. Yeah,
the morning show is doing fellatio on him, but Shepard Smith which he was one you would think would do fellatio on him, has actually turned against him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Shepard from time to time.
Shepard's on him like white on rice.
Mm-hmm.
That's about the only show that I can really watch on Fox because the rest of it is just obvious bovine.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Big time.
Yeah.
But Shepard is kind of passionate about, right and wrong. And he's not buying into the crazy. And I admire that he has the courage to stand up and say, no, this is not right. When the majority of the people in the United States feel exactly that way. Did you guys see where the Navy has this laser weapon where they can knock stuff out of the sky and blow up stuff with precision?
Ronald Reagan said he had that shit too, and he was lying the whole time.
Star Wars.
Star Wars. It was just propaganda.
No, this is from a ship.
Well, let me see it really happen then.
Well, it's. You want me to send you the link to it?
Yeah.
Okay. But this is originates from like a destroyer or battleship, and they were showing how it works. It could be hype.
Just like they showed me how Iron Man flew through the air in a suit on TV too. I saw Wag the Dog. You can make anything look real now.
Yeah, that's true. I can't argue with you on that one, bro.
Yeah, I don't believe anything.
I hope we got it. Because that'll certainly knock out this.
Look at that camel I just sent. I think that's a camel. I just sent it to you.
At 2:14, Trump says inaction is not an option. President Donald Trump asked Republican senators not to leave town for their August recess. Without passing a health care. Well, they already said they can't pass it.
He's going to hold them hostage.
Trump told the lawmakers.
No, he's messing with Medicare. He said he's going to make it vouchers, and it'll be their problem.
If you
he's messing with Medicare now.
That's what they say.
Oh, well, they're taking $800 billion out of Medicaid to give to the rich people. Almost $1 trillion tax break to the rich. So, but the Medicaid will be gutted to do that.
That's nuts. Again.
So all you trailer trash, rebel flag flying rural Oklahoma heartland hillbillies who voted for this dude, wait till you get your medical bills now.
Mm-hmm.
It's about to go down.
Yep. See, people don't feel pain until, it affects them directly.
Did you see this Texas actress, a lady from Texas who was sentenced to 18 years in prison?
No.
She sent Obama an envelope with ricin.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I didn't read the story, but I did see that. Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, she was ordered to pay $376,000 restitution as part of a plea bargain for pleading guilty in December to one count of developing, producing, possessing, and transferring a biological agent used as a weapon.
That's not good enough as far as I'm concerned.
And she wrote she wrote a letter in there and said to Obama, "You're not going to take my guns, and this is just the beginning," or something. She wrote, where is it at? Yeah.
Jeez.
She says she wrote in the letter, she says, "Nothing compared to what I've got in store for you, Mr. President. Read the letter. You will have to kill me and my family before you get my guns out of my house. Anyone wants to come to my house will get shot in the face." Well, he did get your guns because now you're in jail and you're not allowed to have guns in prison, and you'll be a felon, so you'll never legally be able to have a gun. So the NRA can't do nothing for you now.
You know, there's another thing that's really kind of I think it originated on one of these fake news sites, but they posted a thing saying that there were a bunch of black guys with guns, long guns, protesting at the Republican National Convention that's being held right now. Well, that was a year ago. And now whether or not these guys in this picture was actually out there, so it's one of these things that kind of get people riled up. Now they may have in the state of Ohio, they have open carry, so you can walk down the street with a shotgun on your shoulder. And, you know, if you've got the permit and what have you, nobody can say anything to you.
Was that video in Washington State?
No, this is
where they had the white guy walking with his AR-15, and the police stop him and say, "Why are you walking with that gun?" He said, "Because I can." And they say, "You got ID?" And he said, "I ain't showing it to you." And they say, "Okay, have a nice day." Then the black guy walks down, but they had a black guy walk down the same street the next day with a white woman walking with him, and they put him on the ground. Called in 20 cars and made him lay on his stomach.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a.
It's that double standard again.
Absolutely.
You know?
Take your hands off of me. I'm white. Don't you know who I am?
Yeah. I've seen several guys, push back on the cops when they ask them for ID and say, well, are you arresting me? And, they talk them down. They said, well, no, I'm not arresting you. I just need to see your ID to make sure everything is good. He said, I don't have to show you my ID. What are you detaining me for?
You have to have probable cause to see my ID.
But I tell you what, Chris Bates does not go out there and try to.
Cop can't just stop you and say, show me your. If you're not hiding anything, I always show it. Here's my ID. If I don't have it, I don't have it. My name is Lee Michaels, and I just tell them.
They have these stop, but what do they call them when they check people, sobriety tests? Not tests, but and I've been stopped twice here in L.A. While out driving, and the last time the cops pulled me over to the side and says, "Hey, have you been drinking?" I said, "No." "What about got any drugs?" I said, "No." I said, "Listen, man, I'm out here."
Why would he ask you that?
Exactly. And I got a passenger in the back seat, right? I said, "Man, I'm driving Uber." He goes, "Yeah, I see that. So everything's good?" I said, "Yeah." So I'm waiting for the car in front of me to leave. So he turns around and talks to another cop. He says, last time we did it here at this location, we had a great reaction. We got a lot of people. It's like, damn, so this is what this is all about. Now, listen, if you're out there drunk and you're driving, shame on you. Because it might take $10,000, $20,000 for you. Maybe you might get your license back. Maybe not.
Call Lee Michaels.
That's
He'll get you home.
That's right.
Call Uber.
And
you know what? If you're gonna break into somebody's house and they have dogs, you need to break in with a pack of hot dogs. If you're gonna drive drunk on the weekend, you need to ride around with 24 Krispy Kreme donuts.
That's right. You can bribe
when they
off
stop
the cops.
you. I knew you guys were here. Here you go, officer.
I got some
you
donuts for you, homie.
Hot glaze just for
right.
y'all. I used to do cops in, cops out when I was doing mornings. It was just if I had some tickets to give away, I just didn't want to do caller 12 because that was stupid. All right, caller 9 right now. Cops in, cops out. All right, who's this? Lee? All right, Lee. Cops in, cops out. Cops in. All right, let's call. Call the number. Thank you for calling Krispy Kreme, Independence Boulevard. Are there any cops in there right now? Police officers? Yes, there are two. All right, Lee, you won the tickets. All right, so it was a 50-50 chance you would win.
Yeah, that's funny.
Cops in, cops out.
I got stopped one time on 55 going into downtown Chicago. Chris, you know where those overpasses are right there before you can turn off to go to Martin Luther King?
Yes.
So I got pulled over there for speeding, probably. Yeah, I was speeding. Damn it, I was speeding. I was trying to get to Michigan Avenue.
You were turning on to Martin Luther King. That's why they
stopped you. I was going to go down Lakeshore Drive to get over to WGCI, which was on Michigan Avenue at the time. But anyway, I get pulled over.
Right.
No, actually, I wasn't because I was working for BMX, and that was in Oak Park. I don't know why I was going downtown. But anyway, I get pulled over. Chicago cop gets out of the car. He comes up to me. He said, you know you were speeding. I said, yeah, I might have been going over a little bit. I'm sorry. And, so I said, I'm going to, that's right, I was going to an event. He said, what kind of event? I said, so we're having a set at the club. And he goes, oh, yeah? I said, yeah, I work for WBMX. He goes, really? You work for WBMX? This is a white guy, middle age. He goes, my daughter listens to that station. She likes that Hot Mix 5 stuff y'all do. I said, oh, yeah,
Scott
really?
Seals.
I said, yeah, right. I said, yeah, I'm the program director of the station. He goes, man, that's fantastic. Yeah, you guys are doing a great job. Everybody talks about that station. I said, well, thank you. I appreciate that. He goes, you got any T-shirts? I said, if you don't mind me getting up and going in my trunk of my car, I got plenty of T-shirts. How many you need? It was just two, one for me and one for my daughter. I said, okay, cool. So I go back and I open up the trunk and, I got a box of T-shirts in there. And I said, well, what size you want? He goes, well, I'll take a extra large and give me an extra large for my daughter. I said, oh, you got a big size daughter? He goes, yes. She's a chunker. I said, okay.
Chunker.
That's what, here, take 4.
Yeah.
Let me give you a double X, okay? He goes, oh, man, you don't know, man. You just made me a hero at home. I said, well, go home and be happy. He said, well, get on out of here. Stop speeding. Okay, I said, you got it, buddy. No problem. So I talked my way out of a ticket with some WBMX T-shirts.
Hell yeah. Shit, hey, when I was a kid, I got in trouble. I got probation. When I was 18, I got 3 years probation. And I was in Charlotte working at PG, and I had to, I had 150 hours of community service I was supposed to do.
What were you hanging out with, R. Kelly?
No, I was the community service was at the homeless shelter. Actually, what I'd done, I did it when I was 16. They waited till I was 18 and arrested me on a sealed indictment. But a guy that ran a record store came up to me and was like, "Hey, I'm trying to get some coke." I'm like, "I ain't got no coke." He's like, "You know where to get some?" I'm like, "I can page somebody. I know a guy." And I went to the payphone and paged this guy, and I said, "Hey, Weasel wants you to meet him at Tasty Freeze." He's like, "All right, I mean, bring him an 8-ball, whatever that is."
Whatever.
He's like, "All right." And so I went on to the community college. Right?
Yeah.
But what I did was called a felony conspiracy because I went to a payphone and made a call, and the guy that asked me that was working for the record store was obviously in trouble and doing some narking.
Right.
But anyway, it got reduced to misdemeanor.
You got lucky.
And, but I had to do 150 hours community service at the George Shen Uptown Men's Shelter, but I only did about 20 because the program director there, I said, I got them Luther Vandross tickets. Can you mark 24 hours off my thing? Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, I got
I'm giving away, I'm working the afternoons tomorrow. I'm giving away $98. Mm-hmm. I can fake it and make it sound like you were at night calling. Knock off another 50 hours. He just doctored a book so I didn't have to come in there.
You get ready to go to jail again.
The statute of limitations, that was 1989.
I hope so. All right, gang, thanks. That's the end of the show. We appreciate you being here. Apollo, Alpha. Alpha came in, but I guess he was impatient. He couldn't wait. Probably had to go to the men's room. And Chris, thank you always. Carol, I'm taking your iPad away from you. From now on,
she's probably looking at that cat
can't
video
have toys in the studio.
Why?
Because you just get disconnected. You just leave us out here to dry.
Did
you see that cat video, Carol?
I'm not going to look at it.
She'll look at it later tonight.
Okay,
I'm not
have
gonna
a
look
great
at
day.
it.
We love you, too.
She'll look at it
Did you
tonight
see what I sent
when she's
you?
all alone. Which one?
Both of
You
them.
see what I said?
I'll check it out here when we get off the air. All right,
Sent
folks.
it to Chris, too.
10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Join us back here again on thepowerofvoices.com, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and on our app. You can download it from the Android store or the Apple store. And we're live on Periscope. Have a great day. We'll
Next
talk to
week,
you tomorrow.
Lee's going to do this nude. Everybody watch.
Only if you do it as well. She shut up then. Good night.